The story of the lost colony of Roanoke is one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. Established in the late 16th century on Roanoke Island, in what is now North Carolina, this English colony disappeared without a trace, leaving behind cryptic clues and an enduring sense of intrigue. The events surrounding Roanoke reveal the challenges of early colonization, the fragility of human endeavors in unknown territories, and the profound mysteries that continue to baffle historians and archaeologists alike. The foundation of the colony. In the late 1570s, English interest in establishing colonies in the Americas was growing, fueled by economic ambitions, religious motivations, and geopolitical rivalry with Spain. Sir Walter Raleigh, a favorite of Queen Elizabeth I, was granted a royal charter in 1584 to explore and colonize the New World. Raleigh envisioned a permanent English settlement that could serve as a base for privateering against Spanish ships and as a foothold for expanding English influence. The first exploratory expedition, led by Philip Amatus and Arthur Barlow, arrived at Roanoke Island in 1584. The lush landscape, moderate climate, and strategic location between the mainland and the Atlantic Ocean made the island seem like an ideal site for colonization. The native Algonquian people, led by Chief Wingina, initially greeted the English with hospitality, intrigued by their tools and technologies. Early attempts at settlement. The first attempt to establish a colony was made in 1585 under the leadership of Sir Richard Grenville and Ralph Lane. The colony faced numerous challenges, including limited supplies, hostile relations with the indigenous population, and the settlers' lack of farming expertise. Grenville returned to England for reinforcements, leaving Lane and the colonists to fend for themselves. Tensions with the local Algonquian people escalated due to cultural misunderstandings and the settlers' aggressive behavior. When Sir Francis Drake visited Roanoke in 1586, the beleaguered colonists decided to abandon the settlement and return to England with him. Shortly after their departure, Grenville arrived with supplies, only to find the colony deserted. He left a small detachment of men behind to maintain an English presence. The second colony, 1587. In 1587, Raleigh financed a second attempt at colonization, this time led by John White. Unlike the earlier expedition, this group included families, indicating plans for a permanent settlement. The colony consisted of 115 men, women, and children, including White's daughter, Eleanor Dare, who gave birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. Upon their arrival, the settlers found the remains of the earlier colony but no sign of Grenville's men. Despite initial enthusiasm, the colony soon faced hardships. Supplies ran low, and relations with the indigenous tribes were strained, partly because of lingering animosities from the previous expedition. John White returned to England in late 1587 to gather more supplies and reinforcements. However, his return was delayed by the outbreak of the Anglo-Spanish War, which consumed England's resources and attention. It wasn't until 1590 that White could make his way back to Roanoke. The mysterious disappearance. When John White arrived at Roanoke on August 18, 1590, he found the settlement abandoned. The houses had been dismantled rather than destroyed, suggesting that the departure was organized. The word Croatoan was carved into a wooden post, and the letters Crow were etched into a nearby tree. There was no sign of distress, and no crosses or other symbols were left to indicate an emergency. White interpreted Croatoan as a reference to Croatoan Island, modern-day Hatteras Island, home to a friendly indigenous group that the settlers had interacted with. Unfortunately, bad weather and dwindling resources forced White's expedition to abandon further exploration, leaving the fate of the colonists unknown. Theories and speculations. The disappearance of the Roanoke colonists has given rise to numerous theories, ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. Integration with indigenous tribes. One of the most widely accepted theories is that the colonists assimilated with local Native American tribes, such as the Croatoans or mainland Algonquians. Oral traditions and reports from later English settlers describe Native American groups with European physical traits and cultural practices. Relocation: some believe the settlers attempted to relocate to a more sustainable location, such as the Chesapeake Bay. However, no definitive evidence of their presence has been found there. Hostile attack: another possibility is that the colonists were attacked and killed by hostile tribes or even Spanish forces, who were patrolling the region. However, the lack of evidence of violence at the site complicates this theory. Environmental challenges: the settlers may have succumbed to starvation, disease, or harsh environmental conditions. Roanoke Island's isolation and limited resources would have made survival difficult without external support. Supernatural or mythical explanations: over the centuries, the Roanoke mystery has inspired tales of curses, alien abductions, and other fantastical theories, reflecting the human fascination with the unexplained. Modern investigations. Archaeological and historical research into the fate of the Roanoke colonists continues to this day. Excavations on Roanoke Island and nearby areas have uncovered artifacts that may be linked to the settlers, such as pottery and tools. DNA testing and analysis of indigenous oral histories have also been explored as potential avenues for solving the mystery. In 2012, a team of researchers discovered a hidden mark on a 16th century map created by John White, suggesting a possible location for the colony near the Albemarle Sound. Dubbed Site X, this area has yielded artifacts consistent with late 16th century English colonization, fueling speculation that some settlers moved inland. Legacy and cultural impact. The story of the lost colony of Roanoke has become a symbol of the challenges and uncertainties faced by early explorers and settlers. It highlights the precariousness of human endeavors in uncharted territories and the enduring power of unsolved mysteries to capture the imagination. The Roanoke mystery has been referenced in literature, film, and popular culture, serving as an enduring reminder of the fragility of early colonial efforts and the complex interplay between European settlers and indigenous populations. To this day, the fate of the Roanoke colonists remains an open question, inviting ongoing exploration and speculation.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.